Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and welcome to the Advice Arena, where I give you advice on playing in Arena. This is my Shadowcaster rogue run, named for the Shadowcaster right here. So far, we're actually up to 6-2, and we're looking to stretch this into a few more wins, particularly hitting that 7-win plateau, which guarantees you'll get at least 150 gold back, which is pretty nice when trying to be an infinite Arena player. 6-2 though is really a pretty solid run overall, so I'm not too unhappy no matter what happens, even if we lose the first game here, which would be unfortunate for part 4 of this video series, but still wouldn't be that heartbreaking in the scheme of things. We did get a couple crazy wins and took a couple tough losses, so who knows for sure whether we deserve more wins or not, but we're going to try our very bestest. See if we can't get 7, 8, 9 and have some more fun with this crazy deck. So Rogue is definitely a nightmare to see across from you. Equally amazing Arena class. Very terrifying. We'll keep the Journey Below and the Loot Hoarder here. Journey Below probably just to slot in on turn 1 and draw some cool cards. Loot Hoarder just to guarantee that we do have a 2-drop. It's not that great against Rogue, but if we can force him to use the weapon on 2, it could be sort of advantageous as we play into a 3-drop like Squirming Tentacle. It probably doesn't synergize all that well with the weapon. Alternatively, we could take something like Haunted Creeper to guarantee that we have a solid 2-drop. But man, Anubarak sure is tempting, right? If we get to the point where we're still in the game by the time Anubarak comes around, it's like a guaranteed win. It's just so much raw value in this card in Arena. I think it'd be hard to lose at that point. The problem is how reliable do we think we have of... How reliable of a chance do we have to actually get to Anubarak? We have a 2-drop, we have a 3-drop, we even basically have a 4-drop with the weapon Auto Barber. You only live once, right? You only live once. We have to try to make the legendary work. Could cost us the game. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play the Loot Hoarder here instead of the Auto Barber, trying to get some value out of the Auto Barber later. A couple options on 3, depending on what he does here. That's really not his best play. But it's still kind of annoying for us. Probably just play the Squirming Tentacle and go face, because this does not trade very effectively into the Tentacle, and it sets us up for a solid turn 4. Even a Shadow Strike wouldn't be too bad on 4 in many instances. So let's try to make this work. This could obviously get a little punished by, like Eviscerate or who knows what. But the taunt does potentially protect the attack value here, which is pretty nice for trading up into stuff. So if he plays like a 4-health minion, for instance, I can Hero Power, Goblin Auto Barber, run the Loot Hoarder, and my weapon into the 4-health minion, which is pretty common on 3, and we'd still have the Squirming Tentacle and the Auto Barber advantage on the board, which would be ridiculously nice, honestly. He's really having trouble, it looks like. I don't think he has spotted a great turn just yet. Well, that is a 4-health minion, I'll give him that. It's not a punishing one to kill either, but he will have a couple 1/1s left over, which is kind of annoying. So let's see what we draw first, just in case that does change our plans. But I don't think it will. Although, honestly, we could just kill this with the Tentacle. Play the Micro Machine and weapon up to kill a 1/1. This would still have 3 health, so the 1/1s wouldn't trade very effectively. Next turn I could still Auto Barber and even Shadow Strike, and it'd have the Micro Machine developing additional value. So I think I like this line of play a little better. We'll kill the Jeweled Scarab over the Imp, just in case he has like something like that pulls that card back to his hand for additional card draw value. The Imp wouldn't get any value in that regard, so... makes a little more sense to kill the Scarab. Plus, it's a beast. There's potentially beast synergy. I don't think so in Rogue in particular, but so that guy's that's a pretty good turn. Jeez Louise. Shadow Strike will be good here, as will Goblin Auto Barber. But actually, we'll just Shadow Strike Twisted Worgen. It's a little better just because I'd rather use the Auto Barber when my weapon has 2 charges. Maybe next turn, maybe not. Just because I don't know, I am going to save the charge here. The 1 damage to face is not worth the risk of having to spend 2 mana when I need it. Because I could draw a 6-drop. We have quite a few good 6-drops, so we're getting to turn 9 pretty fast. Nubarak could be pretty sick soon. We still have a lot of health too, and the board, which is nice. So if we eventually get to a Nubarak, he's going to be great, particularly with all these things before him. That's not too bad. We can kill these two and play something at least. 6-drop is what we wanted. Unfortunately, we can't freeze this. And the weapon is not really any better. I'm actually going to freeze this and kill this one and save this. Just not attack at all. So I can make the trade next turn if it wants. Or it can trade into something bigger if it wants. I don't know. Just it gives me options, right? So I can do these two next turn. I can't play an 8-drop. Unfortunately, I'd like to get a 4-drop or something. Or, you know, something with some meat, basically. I can do this if I have to kill this, but... Oh, that's a good play. Now I regret this decision. Jeez. And something else. Just gonna kill this. Well, that's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty good turn. This is a good draw. But I waste my auto barber if I do this. I guess I don't waste it, but the weapon just doesn't really help here. I think I'm just gonna play this for the body. Just to eat some minions while I get to this big stuff. Like, I can Eldritch Horror next turn into a Nubarak. Hopefully I don't fall too far behind. That's good. He's going to take a lot of damage, though. Which isn't that good. For him. It's good for us. Finicky Cloakfield's intriguing, too. Oh, that's a good follow-up, too. Jeez, that was a pretty good turn. SI7 I can't actually cast, so we'll just play this one. This is also good, but I just like this guy better. We don't need the high attack on this just yet. If he decides to deal with this and has to kill some minions, we're in a good spot. If he has like Assassinate and goes face, we might just be a little too slow, even for a Nubarak. Because, I don't know, we can play a Nubarak every turn, obviously, but we probably won't get to every turn. But if we get to a point where we can play a Nubarak every turn, it's going to be pretty nice. He clearly doesn't have like a ridiculous answer to this, or he'd have already done it. He's really thinking about how to kill this. He has 9 damage on the board, which is not enough, and he'd have to use his face. Yeah, he's just going to ignore it. I think that's right. I think that's right, because he has quite a bit of damage represented here. Eviscerate's pretty hard to pass up, so I can like attack here. And yeah, it's not that good though. I can attack here, because this can be eviscerated, of course. I think I have to pass on the Anubarak for now, just to stay alive, right? Because I need to remove some damage from the board, basically. Let's see what spare part we get to. That could make a big difference. Not really. But I will open with that just to get the right stuff out. I guess I'll kill this one. Take a little more damage now, but I don't think I need to stealth anything. I don't know. He's got 5 damage to face already. This is very precarious. I really need a taunt just to deny this Assassin's Blade. It's so good. Although we're getting to a point where we can kind of hit him hard too. This trade will have to happen on my end. He should just keep going face probably. He could have lethal too. He's not far at all from lethal. I don't have the taunt to deal with it. This is one thing I mentioned about Eldritch Horror in the very beginning when I drafted it, although you didn't hear that because I muted it like an idiot. Sometimes when you have a really big guy, he can't attack like 3 or 4 small guys. So unless he has taunt, it's really hard to force them to make trades. He's still really considering what to do here. I'd love to see like any heal or taunt. So the Dark Scale Healer, the Bog Creeper, I think it's called. That. Oh, I actually don't want that to go face. That's horrifying. Stop going face. Oh, that's good. I think he's gonna get us unless we get the taunt. I think he's gonna get us. Yeah, there's no taunt. I think we're just dead. We can trade, but then we're just dead. He's 5/7 we can't deal with. Our hand is just too slow. The game is over, unfortunately. We did get to play a new bracket at least. Before, too late though, after it mattered. Well, that's pretty sad, I'm not gonna lie. We were just 1 or 2 turns from stabilizing there, but he made the right plays. He played his deck well and went face when he needed to. If he'd started trading into our stuff, I think he'd have been in a rough spot. I think we played it right too, just didn't have it. Really, it was his Dark Iron Dwarf that won him the game, I think. 85 gold's not too bad. I don't care about that. That's not very good. 20 dust or something, 40 dust, I don't even know. 20 dust. But let's see what our pack offers us this time around. Always hope for that orange. No love, no love. Just a standard pack. So let's see how much dust we have here. All told, it looks like the arena run gave us 85 gold and 40 dust. Does that mean one of those rares we did not have? That seems unlikely. Maybe we didn't have the corrupted heal bot? Where's that at? I thought it was a 6-drop. Is it a 5-drop? It's a 5-drop. Maybe we didn't have a corrupted heal bot. We didn't get much dust, so who knows? Maybe it was worthwhile after all. But that's going to do it for me and the Shadowcaster Rogue run. We ended up 6-3. Not too bad in the scheme of things. Pretty reasonable run. And much better than it could have been when I think we were like 2-2 at one point. So we strung together a nice set of wins there at the end. Appreciate all your time. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, game on.